When the City of Regina invited us into the process of Design Regina, we were encouraged and really thankful for being able to be a part of those conversations. I think what surprised me was how far and how much the city did when it came to consultation and community engagement. I think that they did a really good job of looking at all different ways to try and bring in that piece from the community so that their voice could be heard. So it was really interesting to see other people's perspectives, and because of the Design Regina, we have now made those partnerships where we have looked at, okay, what are our own programs that we're delivering and how can we enhance our own programs in our communities through those partnerships that we've now created. It also really helped us when we work with our own internal departments in health, such as emergency, communicable disease, even primary health care networks, to be able to share with them the information that we learned. So when they also have dealings with the city, they too understand a little bit better.
So the Regina and Region Home Builders Association did participate in each one of the steps of the Design Regina process. We were at every event. We participated in the workbooks, in the Ideas Fair, did presentations through the process. And again, that was very beneficial to us. It actually created a responsibility for our association to have a voice in the process and to have a stake in terms of what the outcome of the Design Regina process was. Often, planning groups and the industry can seem at odds at times because they speak different languages. But actually, when again you understand the community's aspiration, you really discover very quickly how much the planners and the development community actually share many of the same values and the same interests to be able to deliver back to the community. The plans that are going forward to the municipality, to the City of Regina, are really where the city wanted to end up. With complete communities that are more sustainable, that are more diverse, with more housing forms, and so the process most likely contributed to the industry evolving there faster than it may have done naturally, on its own accord. The OCP, was a long exercise, taking several years, and it takes that time to move people through the process. There is benefit in terms of taking the Home Builders Association and mostly its developer and builder members along that journey as you're going through the OCP. You need to do the same work. It's just whether you're going to do it early in the process and help the industry buy into what you're trying to achieve, or whether you're going to battle it out.
We were one of many stakeholders, and it was actually quite interesting that you had Dream as the developer at the table with residents and all collaborating together to try and create a plan that met everybody's expectation.
It was quite deliberate that we wanted to be a part of the process. We're involved in building the city. Our business is city building, literally. So it was very important to us to be a part of the process, to understand the process, and engage in the process. I found, for the most part, everybody's ideas were somewhat aligned, whereas prior to the OCP, I think there was a lot of divisiveness between, say, the actual development industry and the actual people of the City of Regina. The people have a perception of developers, and we as developers live in our own little world. To come into the same room and be on the same page, for me, that was an eye-opener.
One of the unique things about Design Regina is, and when they had those policy workshops, it allowed us to really get into dialogue with those different stakeholders. And we got to talking with developers about how when they submit those review plans to the city, it would be really nice for health to maybe be able to look at those review plans, put that health impact focus on it, so that you don't have to go back 5 years down the road and fix something that maybe health could have seen a solution, or could have seen something that could have been avoided. So having that partnership with the developers and begin to speak the same language and understand why things are needed to be done and maybe why we're asking for certain things in complete neighborhoods, I think was a big benefit.
We sat with the health region, and they've got their ideas about what constitutes a healthy community. They're doing their thing, we're doing our thing on different trajectories, different paths, and as it turns out, we're not that far off. And so I think the OCP helped us come together, and we go, huh, yeah, I agree with that. We can maybe do that a little bit better, but here we are, we're all on the same page.
And I always noticed during that process, again, how many of our community developers, really paid attention at that ideas fair, at a lot of the things that people were saying. And some of those things, are implemented today.
It's not just about building a house on the street and then somebody moving in. It's about building a neighborhood. We have a much better idea and a much better appreciation of what people expect in their neighborhood, what constitutes a complete community.
I think we can become a better united front when we talk with communities about why things are developed this way, why things need to happen this way. It's always better to be together than being opposing each other.